have, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at that one too.
Yeah.
Is that just a rate every once in a while?
Yeah,
random
they
thing?
like to play funny games and change the siren up a little bit.
I thought that was the new truck.
How are fuel prices affecting you guys right now?
We get our bulk fuel from dealers, so we're doing okay. We were doing old school, going over the gas station. We'd probably heard.
So bulk prices aren't being impacted as much?
They are, but not like they are pumps over here. It doesn't
Okay.
last so much of the time.
Did you forward contract one?
What's that?
Did you forward contract?
Oh. And they used to have one to do that. And then everything seemed to be increasing costs. But we hope not by it, so.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 6:45.
You are live, ready to go?
Okay, it's 6:45 PM on May 7th, 2026. Time to bring this meeting of the Bristol Redevelopment Commission to order. First item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Has everyone reviewed?
Yes.
Any changes necessary?
Nope.
All right, if not, the agenda stands as published. Kind of about a sequence here. Usually we do roll call
Yeah.
first. Okay, well, now we do roll call. Jeff Beachy,
here.
Kathy Berg,
Here.
Greg Tuholsky,
Here.
Clerk Treasurer Kathy Antonelli,
Here.
Town Manager Mike Yoder,
Here.
Fire Chief Nick Hans,
Good evening.
Town Marshal Steve Pring,
Yeah.
Legal Counsel Alex Bowman,
Here.
and Doug D. Smith is here. Next on the agenda, approval of the RDC meeting minutes from April 2nd. Has everyone reviewed?
Yeah.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from April 2nd.
Second.
Okay, motion by Jeff, second by Kathy. Any further discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. Jeff Beachy,
Yes,
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Tuholsky,
Yes.
Doug D. Smith is a yes. Motion carries. Reports.
Okay, it has always been an option for the redevelopment commission to pass through some of the assessed value that we capture in our TIP, pass it through to some of the other government entities. Generally, you don't do that, especially in Bristol, because we have plans for every single TIP dollar that we collect. It was either, maybe it's this, the 2025 session of the legislature now requires us to send a letter to make a definitive decision and send a letter to all of the entities that are impacted by that TIP. If we do not do this, then the county automatically takes 5%.
of course they do.
So I'm recommending that you not allow the county to do that.
With pleasure.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Do we need a vote?
We needed a motion on that, Mike? or-
Yep, motion to approve the notification to not pass through any assessed value onto the other entities.
Maybe just in addition to that would be to make the determination that there is no assessed value. So the motion would be,
Acknowledgement.
acknowledge that there is no excess assessed value and to execute these
Oh, you're
letters.
saying there is no excess, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
right.
to track the statutory language.
I said the same thing. but-
Yes.
Just did not.
Just a video.
Yeah.
Potato.
You say potato, I say onion.
Make a motion that we send letters stating that there is no excess value to these things, whatever they are.
The overlapping taxing units.
Yes, that's,
Overlapping
took
text.
the words right out of my mouth.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Kathy, second by Jeff. Any further discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. Jeff Beachy,
Yes,
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Tuholsky,
Yes.
and Doug D. Smith is a yes. Motion carries.
is there a deadline on those letters?
Yes. They'll go up tomorrow.
And we will meet
Thank
the
you.
deadline.
Signed and ready to go.
Yes, so all I did was include a copy of every single letter that was sent in your packet. Otherwise, we're all I have.
Okay. Alex, anything?
None for me.
Okay. Any other comments? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Greg. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so these are the letters.
While we're waiting to start the other meeting. Stormwater Board, Jeff has been
Oh.
ignoring me on this, but
Yeah.
we- the president needs to appoint the 3 members to a Stormwater Board. This is something we should have done in the past. We've gotten by without doing it, but it's time to do it. I think, Alex, we determined it does not have to be a resident of the town. It's best if it is, but
That's correct.
so I might be a good person put on there as town manager. Well, just president. Tim is your stormwater coordinator, but I don't think it's appropriate to have him on there because this board will oversee stormwater coordination activities. We put the town manager on there as a position, I think.
I don't see why not.
Have we done this before?
We have not.
No.
I was gonna say, I
This
don't
is
ever
brand new.
remember
This
since
is brand new.
way back.
MS4 board.
Yeah,
Well, that sounds like fun.
it could be one of you as well.
How about street department?
Could do that. Yeah. Eric,
Eric?
myself, and Rick.
That would be good.
Is it a year term or, I mean, how?
It's
does it
a
work?
1 year, a 2 year, and a 3 year set up a rotation.
Oh,
They do 1 year.
Okay,
Okay.
I think the ordinance has I don't think the statute does, but the ordinance has a party affiliation.
oh, that's the problem we had to solve.
Yeah, it
There's
wasn't
a,
the residency, it was the party
it's the
affiliation.
party affiliation, there can only be 2 from one party, so we need
Oh.
a D, a Democrat. Good. I think I might have mentioned Kathy might be the person.
Yeah.
Except I don't know if I can serve on a board being a,
elected official.
yeah. 'Cause
Oh, sure you can.
You wouldn't be precluded on that basis alone. I don't think this board, I don't think the clerk treasurer's fiscal officer would have any oversight over the board per se.
What does the board have to do?
Uh,
Apparently nothing if we haven't done anything.
Yeah.
I am happy to do it if there's no conflict and there's
I don't believe there
not
would
an
be.
issue.
I mean, what?
If somebody would appeal a stormwater fee or fine or something, then it would be before this board, which would
Oh,
be determination. It's never happened. Well, it sort of did happen this year. The county adopted a new methodology of calculating the impermeable surfaces, which drives the stormwater fee. And a whole lot of properties, the new service found a whole lot of new structures that had not been captured before. So a lot of property tax bills had stormwater fee might have gone from $15 to $300.
oh, that's
So there's a lot of
wonderful.
complaints, and so the county just decided to go back to last year's fee for now, and so that they could check all the properties to make sure there was no mistakes. But in this case, we bypassed the Bristol Stormwater.
Let's raise it 2,000% and we'll worry about it later.
I'm, I mean, they wanted to increase the stormwater fees 2 years ago, and I questioned. We didn't need to do that. That was the time I suggested maybe we create our own fee and our own structure and put it on our water sewer bill, because we did not need to collect more money from the businesses or the homeowners just would have stayed the same. And now they're finding out there's more. If they would have increased the fees and then found all this additional impermeable surfaces, yeah, a lot of extra money for them. So I think it's me and you, is what I heard.
Are you 3 years? Or are you 2 years?
I'll be 3 or until I quit. Or get fired. Whichever comes first.
Big agenda. Stuff.
What's that?
You got a big agenda.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff.
At least you got a lot of stuff on here.
I've been practicing my vocals all day.
I bet you have.
You been what?
Practicing vocals.
Practicing.
Oh,
Hey, Mamo.
do we know when when everything's been cleared up for the golf course?
When they're gonna be what?
When everything's cleared up, the ownership's transferred?
Congratulations. Not yet. You have to ask him why the other ship's not transferred
They
yet.
should be operating.
They are.
They're operating, I just, like, it looks like crap, like, all the trees up there are like knocked down, like dead, like, it's pretty rough looking along the road, that's why I just didn't know, I'm not, like, I'm just wondering when ownership would transfer, so they can get on top of doing some of that, because I wouldn't expect it to until ownership's transferred, of course, but.
So
They
just,
cut 'em down, didn't they?
this goes back to Scott and I talking about how the structure of the penalty aspect to it. And Eric Johnson just texted me the other day and said, hey, we're ready to move towards closing. You just let us know when you're ready. It was like super cheap. So I think we're,
The dispensary.
I don't think he's really complained about what we put before him yet. And we just made some changes to the last piece of that puzzle.
Okay.
So,
Hey,
probably,
come here.
I would say it's probably in a 30 to 45 day period
I want to.
is my hope. About 8 weeks.
Will that be good?
But the agreement in place right now doesn't preclude them from taking care of it.
Right, well, I mean, hey, congratulations. Yeah, I mean,
Going down.
it looks right, but it's like, oh, we fix it this way. Put new in, like it's been cut back, so it's probably who cut it back, but it's, I mean, it looks kind of rough, right, along the road, the trees. Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I said, as I'm seeing that, I'm like, okay, well, I understand we don't own it yet, but it looks pretty bad out there, and then the banners, the open banners are the new sign ordinance, they're completely against the new sign ordinance. And so I'm just like, oh, this is.
Not a good start.
You know what the new name is? You know what the new name is?
No,
Let's see what you're.
Yes, that's the name of it.
The, what is it, the old Bristol Golf Course?
Oh, I don't know.
It's the old Bristol.
Yes.
set expectations high.
So.
Well, it's the signs, they got those banner signs, they're literally prohibited in the new sign ordinance, out front that says now open, and I'm just like.
It's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah.
Is there much, is there much interest in that? I mean.
Met with the developer.
For his 9 months?
Gary Johnson.
There's a problem with one settling.
Well, yeah, I mean, how can you?
It's fine.
Well, they're putting together a plan, a layout, and looking through some of the options. You know, what we determined.
Right.
You need that tip. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I voted for you because I wanted to, but you give you a hard time.
It's a good range in town.
I think so.
Well, that's okay, it's okay. My daughter did.
Well, no, I think
They're
there's.
so against it.
Love my kids. I come out of well so many times. Yeah, oh yeah, once you go to South. Lisa, did you vote? No. And she said she even told her neighbors not to vote for me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Should be able to sign in your front yard.
She had an agenda for you.
I couldn't believe how close it was.
Well, that's what I was wondering, and I was saying before, what if there was a tie? It was one, what if it was a tie?
Error all stuff.
What did they do?
No, maybe as a number, you get the nod. I don't know.
How many votes did you end up getting?
We got 2.
I saw something that said you had like 148, and then the next thing I saw was like 115 and 110 and 111, and I was like,
Well, they had to redistribute.
well, that's what I was like. I mean, the first one I saw, I'm like, okay, well, that's a lead. And then I saw the next one I saw, everything was like within a few. I'm like, holy cow, that's
My daughter decided to tell everybody about wrestling.
Don't you remember that?
I did vote.
It's like anti-campaign.
Kathleen told me about one day, but she had a break. She was like, "I'll make it through it."
Why?
It wasn't it?
What was that?
Oh, no.
Oh, Roseland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roseland. Hi, Don.
All they said was.
Well, videos.
Yeah.
I didn't stop between that.
All right, it is 7 o'clock. And we will call this meeting to order. Today is Thursday, May 7th, 2026, 7 PM. We'll call this regular town council, Bristol Town Council to order. Start off with the pledge of allegiance. Steve, you want to lead us tonight?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go on to roll call. Start to my left, Doug Smith.
Here.
Kathy Burke.
Here.
Greg Polsky.
Here.
Jeff Beachy's here. Town Marshal Steve Prim.
Here.
Legal Counsel Alex Bowman.
Here.
Clerk Treasurer Kathy Antonelli.
Here.
Town Manager Mike Yoder.
Here.
And Fire Chief Nick Hans.
Good evening.
Good evening, Nick. All right. Has everybody had a chance to review the agenda?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Any additions, corrections, or modifications to the agenda?
Nope.
Okay, not the agenda will stand as published. Next item on the agenda, approval of the invoices. Everybody a chance to look at the bills?
Yes.
Okay.
One note. So on the invoices, the park board met and they approved some screen compost for the community garden. I just got the quote for it. Don't yet have the invoice, so it hasn't hit the docket, but I would like to add it for your approval so that I can order it tomorrow.
Okay.
So this is screen compost. The actual quote was $264, which included delivery of 110, but we're gonna go pick it up.
We picked it up. Yes,
We're gonna go pick it up
we picked it up. Save them.
and save the 110.
Okay.
So the total bill is $154 that I would like approval for.
Okay,
I make a motion that we approve the invoices, including is it mulch? The
Compost.
Compost.
okay. Motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug. For discussion? No further discussion. We vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, we'll jump into reports. Mike, what do you have for us tonight?
Okay, first up is a request for a variance to our, one of our ordinances. Is there a representative from Belmont here? There we are. Okay, so on the agenda is the ordinance that they're actually seeking a variance to. Do you want to share what you're doing? There is a drawing, if you go down to the next page or so. There you go.
Okay,
Do you want to explain?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So when the building was first built, 4 years ago,
Can I ask your name?
I'm sorry, Jennifer Beal,
Thank you.
Beihl. So when the building was built 4 years ago, the city sewer line was not available to link into, so we installed a septic tank. Once the sewer was available, we hooked the septic tank to the sewer line, and we've been operating like that since it was available. Recently, The superintendent, came and, said that we needed to remove our septic tank. We got with the original builder in States, to discuss it and see if there was maybe a compromise, because we do have grinders in between our septic tank and the sewage line, just in case anything that shouldn't be pushed, larger items, that kind of thing, don't make it into the septic line. It doesn't get to the grinders and destroy the grinders, because we have ours at the building, and then you all have yours at the water treatment center. We were not able to come up with a compromise at that time, so I'm coming tonight to ask for the variance. We got together with Mid-States and discussed putting in a smaller tank. So that way, because the concern was that there could be septic slugs that gets produced if the tanks are not pumped regularly. So our thought is we'll put in a smaller tank that will reduce the amount, reduce the risk of septic sludge being created, and will also increase the times a year that we get the tanks pumped out.
So that's exactly perfect. What you see on the drawing is their recommendation is what they're proposing to place inside the septic tank. It's a 4-foot diameter tank. Number one would be the pipe coming in, and number two is the pipe going out to their lift station. This would act like a catch basin, in a sense, protect their pump. So the challenge for Tim, and Tim couldn't be here tonight, nor Jim, so I'm representing their perspective. Our ordinance is very clear about no septage going into our system. And this still, in Tim's opinion, represents some septage, even though it's a small amount. So he's reluctant to grant a variance on this particular case, just for that reason. He feels like Valmont was aware this tank would be removed after the lift station was in place and working. So this was Valmont's attempt for a compromise that protects their pumps and limits the amount of septic that might go into our system. By the way, Tim is correct. This does represent some septage, so we just felt like if we were going to approve it, it needed to be a variance that you folks approved or granted, rather than Tim or I just saying sure.
Good. You say septage.
Stuff that's in the bottom of the septic tank.
Okay, okay,
That was the new term I remember.
okay. I'd never heard the term septage before,
Right.
so that was news to me.
Yeah.
It's evidently sludge that can
Yeah.
form over time.
Okay.
That's why I would say let's do a smaller tank and let's increase the frequency of how we're getting the tanks pumped.
Yeah.
So that way there's no issue. So
Yeah.
The point of this is just to protect our grinders and also the city in case inevitably, something that isn't supposed to be flushed, it's flushed.
Yeah. Okay,
The septage is created over time is what he's concerned about. And that was the agreement that we had, or we had tried to come to a resolution with him, was regular scheduled pumping of the tank.
Yeah.
And that way it does not build up and become the septage that he is concerned of.
okay,
Part of the issue with septage, why we don't allow that, is that if that goes downstream and gets into our treatment facility, it can mess up our bugs.
Yeah.
Microbial.
So how long does it take for that septage to
This is
grow to an issue?
a minimal, this tank is a minimal issue.
But I mean, how long would it
Beats me.
take?
I don't.
Beats me. Great, nice answer.
He kind of described it takes a long time, like
10 years,
years.
5 years?
I wouldn't go that long. Probably a year, if not two, of it not being pumped out.
Mhm.
And that's what the concern was, is that if failure to pump it and it just sat over time, that it would turn into septage.
And you have it pumped every year?
We had it pumped multiple times a year,
Oh,
just recently in March.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, if you don't pump this, it'll back up into your plant.
And maybe not.
I
No.
can see that.
Yeah.
So,
Alex was going to say something about something I was saying, but
I don't know if this helps the council's deliberation, one way or the other, but at least, I would advise the council that the request that's being made, the particular ordinance that's in place, that's based upon state statute that gives the town as the municipal sewage provider the authority to require property owners to connect to abutting sewers, which is the circumstance here, and that's what's reflected in the ordinance. That's an exercise of the town's police power to require that. It's not an issue of, it's not a zoning issue, it's not an issue that really is ripe for variance. It's the town's exercise, the police authority. And so based on the way the ordinance is written, I would advise you that I don't think you're empowered to authorize a variance from it.
Okay.
That said, the statute provides, and again, the ordinance reflects this, that your ability to compel someone to connect to a sewer only applies if one, the sewer is there, and two, you send a letter that says you have to connect to this sewer. You haven't done that yet. You haven't done that at all, to my understanding. So there isn't, it's not as if there's this pending threat that it needs to connect or not connect.
did you receive a letter compelling or not?
No, but we're already connected.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
this is like, the reason I use the term variance is it's different than what the statutory design, I mean, it's close.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because the point's well taken, that it's kind of a, there is a municipal sewer connect, and then there's a septic system that kind of flows through that and then back into sewer, right? I mean, that's kind of the idea.
It's not unusual to have a catch basin type design in a system like this to protect the lift station from foreign objects.
Right.
so is the septic tank acting as a pass-through?
Sounds like.
Yes, right now, yes, it's just that it's
It's in between.
It's,
1,000 gallon.
correct, I think what's installed right now is about 1,000-gallon tank, and it's basically to prevent anything of like rags, certain products to get to the expensive pumps that Valmont owns, that grind it and then pump it out to your guys' systems. So it basically just acts as a settling tank for these products to not reach their pumps and grinding station.
Okay. So so then there's a lift station on Valmont's property
Correct.
that's owned by Valmont?
Correct.
Okay. So it wouldn't be a normal gravity fall situation then into our lines?
Negative.
Okay,
There is a lift station in place that pumps it down to the city connection.
okay. So the reason for the request is so that it'll settle down there and break up more, or?
That way the products don't reach the grinding station at all.
Okay.
Town grinding or you're grinding?
Our grinding.
Oh.
Really
Or-
loud. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I know very little about sewage, so.
Yeah.
So the reason you want to do the septic tank is to forego a gravity fall line into the septic, into our sewer system? Because typically, isn't that how that works? And it would be a,
Yeah, there's no way to gravity from their spot. So
okay,
they have to have the force main in. So I think the septic tank was put in initially just as
Temporary.
temporary until we could get the system connected.
Correct.
So now, originally the plan was to pull the septic out and just have a direct connection, but they're concerned about foreign matter. So that's the reason their solution is to put the smaller tank inside to act as a true catch basin instead of a large 1,000-gallon tank.
okay. So let's just play devil's advocate here and do a hypothetical. If this was a new build and Valmont was just building this now and the sewer line was there, available for them to connect to, how would it be
there have been
different
a catch
today?
basin? I don't know.
How would it be different today than what was done 4 years ago?
We would be applying for variance to protect the pumps. Or
Okay,
if it was a gravity system, this really wouldn't be needed, but because the on the Belmont end, we have the pumps and the lift station there, it is to protect those pumps and grinding station.
okay,
So we would be trying to apply for the same variance, basically.
okay. So instead of putting a gravity system in, you would have built the same system?
Correct.
Is it because the property is lower than our current system?
Pretty sure it's the distance away. I think we're
Okay. Oh,
mile probably from the actual connection.
okay,
Are you going to the corner of the Thor property or all the way down to Great Lakes?
So about a mile.
Yeah.
okay, so it's distance then. Okay, gotcha.
So what would it take for Tim to be happy with it? Because I mean, he's the one that's managing this huge new project, and I'm kind of hesitant to say anything that goes against what he's okay with when we just spent all this money on a sewer system.
Well, I wish he was here to express, he would like to have the tank pulled out. I think this is a reasonable compromise myself.
We did we met with Tim, and discussed some different compromises, and we understand, and that's what our compromise is based off of, is his concerns about septic sludge and the frequency in which we pump our, septic tank. And I did put some things in place, with a calendar, reminder, in our, EHS safety, program, to make sure that the septic tank is pumped probably more frequently than it needs to be.
Okay.
So let me ask this question. In lieu of keeping the septic tank, would there be a way to put a pit in that would catch the items that you want to keep away from the pumps?
That's what this.
That's what this does?
That's what this does. It's a smaller pit inside the septic tank, so they don't have to remove the septic tank. They just put this 4-foot diameter tank.
There is an existing tank.
Yeah.
1,000 gallon.
Okay. So how big is this tank that goes inside the septic tank?
100 gallon.
Yeah, it's 4-foot diameter, and what that height is?
82 inches?
Yeah, that's. It'd be the
Let me be.
60 inches probably, because your height out is not.
Your outlets, yeah.
I'm a little confused on the fact that we would keep a septic tank when we've got other factories that go directly to the sewer. And, they're not worried about foreign bodies getting down the,
No, because it goes directly to our lift station, then we have to deal with it.
I see.
And Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys have had issues before.
We do.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we've had
Where this-
issues.
Where this
before,
is
yeah,
getting that lift station, we have to pull that up.
Okay. okay.
And this is preventing us from having,
This is a secondary.
this is basically preventing Valmont from having the same issues that you guys are having.
With the lift stations. Okay, got it.
So
Now
is
it makes
this the smallest size tank you could put in the septic tank? Okay.
Smallest that would accomplish the same thing.
Okay. I wish Tim was here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's reasonable, but at the same time, like, he's the manager of the thing.
Yeah.
Everything seems reasonable. I'm not against that. It's just, he's hired to run a project that is costing a lot of money.
Should we
It
table
makes sense.
And he knows
Yeah.
all more about
I
the
think we should.
sewage issues than we do.
If I can offer kind of a workaround, but kind of a temporary solution to it. One, again, at least to the questions before the council, it would be my advice to you, that you don't have the authority to vary from
the ordinance as it exists. That, the ordinance doesn't provide for that type of variation. That said, there may well be a type of a private arrangement that could be reached between the municipality and the property owner that would dictate the terms of how this could be used, what terms it would be. And I think to the extent that there's going to be a septic system within the town of Bristol that's still being used, I think Tim would probably agree that the hope would be that that's phased out over time. And so an agreement that would provide for that type of maintenance responsibility, what it looks like in the future, that I think could be developed with a little further discussion. And so probably the best course of action would be to table consideration of it so that we
That's what I was thinking.
can have this further discussion.
Develop that agreement.
Correct.
As an option for them to consider.
Yeah.
Yeah, until we get a chance to talk to Tim and see what he recommends.
Yeah.
There's no particular hurry. This is, everything's operating fine as it is now.
Okay.
And, we're just trying to resolve it.
I do know that one of Tim's largest concerns is if Valmont fails to pump regularly, it
Yeah.
becomes the sludge. And we had tried to come to a compromise that looked and said, we can provide quarterly reports showing do we have the system pumped quarterly or semi-annually, whichever, and that we can provide those reports regularly to prove that it is being done.
Okay.
Do we
have a
pump?
Do we have a what?
Do we have a pump?
What do you mean?
Is that something that could be contracted to the town to make sure it gets done? The pumping?
I think we prefer not to do that, but, yeah. It's on their property, so taking our equipment onto private property is not a
Liability.
great idea. But let's work on that agreement. Silly me for thinking we had a variance process that would allow us to take care of this.
Well, I think we had a question like this that's come up before, and I think we addressed it through an agreement.
That could be.
Instead of a
Yeah.
variance. Now, that's not to say that there couldn't be an amendment to the ordinance to provide for some type of variance procedure.
It's an infrequent thing, so I think creating an agreement's the best way to do this, and I'll work with Tim to get that wording done. Agrees with you, what your intent is. We'll bring that to you when Tim can be here to discuss it.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
So I'll make a motion to table this issue for right now.
I would second.
Okay, motion by Jeff, second by Kathy. Open for discussion. No further discussion, like a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Each, yes. So we'll get it with Tim and then we'll have a little bit more discussion with him. So
Okay.
thank you for all the
Thank you,
information.
guys.
Sorry for the 100 questions.
Okay, well, we learned about septic.
Yeah, we did.
So moving on from septic to toilet bowl cleaner,
Huh?
that's
What?
SLM management is there, CF1 is in, that's the folks over here that bottle toilet bowl cleaner.
Okay.
That was serious, it wasn't even a joke. And so we offered them a property tax and maybe real estate abatement. So as you can see, they've substantially met all of their commitments, and so I recommend you approve this CF1 for SLM Properties. Now I'm drawing a blank on the name of the company. It's what's on the sign.
SLM management?
Yeah, that's the property.
Yeah, like products.
Right there across from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right across from the wood shop.
And Monogram.
Monogram, yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
It'll come to you a bit. So.
I have a question.
Yep.
It says it started in 23, right? And was it 5-year? I was trying to find it on the abatement.
I believe this one's a 5.
I think it was too, but I'm,
I don't think it says on here.
I don't
I
think
put
it
this
says
in
on
the
here
agenda
either.
like 2 weeks ago. So we go through and we check it. Also, the county also double checks this as well to make sure it's within the agreements. So you can see I've summarized that they're,
Native form is 6/16. 29. 23. see how many months, but I'm assuming it's 5 years.
Yeah.
So they've met everything, correct?
Yeah,
Exceeded.
okay. Based on the exceeding
Aye.
expectations, is there a motion to approve the CF1 for SLM management?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Doug,
Well, second.
second by Greg, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach, yes, motion carries.
Okay, and the next CF1, from Alliance Sheets, there's a little bit, if you go back to my notes on the agenda. They included some explanation as for why this report doesn't show the full employee count, so it's a matter of timing. So they purchased the equipment on time, but the staff wasn't hired until late last year, early this year. So they have met the staffing requirement, but it doesn't show on this particular CF1. So again, I recommend approval as they are substantially compliant.
There's a motion to approve the CF1 for Alliance Sheets.
I'll make a motion to accept Form CF1 for Alliance Sheets.
Okay, motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug, open for discussion. No further discussion, take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes, motion carries.
Okay, so nobody can say that we'll be boring tonight because we are covering a bunch of topics. So now we are on the different topics. So now this is the community event support policy. You asked me to put together, we talked about this generally in the previous meeting. So now the resolution is before you that formalizes that process and story. You consider council support for a variety of events, whether it's corn dog or homecoming or the car show in the park.
Looked like it's pretty comprehensive.
Yeah. Is that basically, Mike, what you sent out?
It's exactly what I sent out, and we had a request for somebody, and I had Kathy and Jill and myself score it. But I'm assuming the staff will score it. We'll give you the scores, and then you can make your own determination. But the scores were everything from 28 to 49 between the three of us. So it's
49 out of 50 points.
yeah. I thought the request, and I don't remember what was the request for us for funding for something. So I just used it as a test case. So it was ADEC.
Because I thought it was.
Yes,
Lovely.
we thought it was. Yeah, it's ADEC, some funding for ADEC, support for an ADEC project. And so the question there for this is, does it, well, let's just run that through this score sheet and what you think. So the overall value to the degree to which this direct public benefit to Bristol residents. So does an ADEC event, they've asked for maybe $250. Does that have a direct public benefit to Bristol residents? What would be your score from the 5?
What's the event?
That's that.
That's not.
Don't
the
ask
bike
me,
ride.
'cause I took it as Loveways, so my thought process
That's not the
was
bike ride, is it?
totally different.
Yes, the bike thing. So that's taking
They
place
always,
at the
every year
fairgrounds.
they have a bike ride.
Yeah, it's the ride-a-bike thing, and that starts at the fairgrounds, I think. But it's the Bristol residents. They serve Bristol residents to some degree, but the greater community. So the value, overall value to Bristol and the greater community, that's maybe a higher score because it's more than just Bristol.
Yeah.
High score on community reach, does support family life, all of that. No,
What's leveraged funding?
what's that?
Leveraged funding.
Use of sponsors, grants, volunteers, or matching funds.
Yeah, I read that, but I can't match the two phrases.
they're leveraging our funds with other funds, their own or somebody else's.
I see.
Yeah.
Huh. Not quite.
A lot of this is subjective, but.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But I think the purpose is to give us a foundation from which we can at
Right.
least have a discussion and evaluate.
I do know that we on the homecoming, we get a very small donation from Community Foundation.
Mhm.
And they have a kind of a score sheet like this that we go through. That we have to fill out every year. In fact, we only fill it out once. And then they approve it every year. So that you might kind of think about that too.
Well, I mean, I think if somebody wants money, they should probably fill it out every year so we can see the results of their
That-
money.
That's true.
But the other thing I was wondering is, should there be a timeline that all submissions for the year should be in? So for budgeting,
We could do it that way.
rather than it just trickle through.
Yeah, the source of funds that we're using is the givebacks from the tax abatements. So you could say as a council, well, we're going to allocate $10,000 this year and make it available to people, then they could apply for that. If you run out, you're out.
Would that make it easier to budget rather than, I mean,
It'd actually make it easier for us to just, for you folks to allocate a amount of money, and then we take applications as they come in.
And how do we
Different
determine
events,
the
different
amount?
timelines,
Yeah.
different budget seasons for those.
How do you determine?
They are requesting one here,
They may
on the
not
application,
go
there's a
until
request.
Like a
line.
June
Oh, is
first
there?
cutoff.
Yeah,
Ooh,
if you go up a page there, somewhere on the application. Maybe I didn't include the application.
I don't see the application.
The application fee does ask for an amount.
Okay. Can you send that application?
We can.
I think did you already?
I'm not real good with math, but, so I couldn't do Kathy's job, but I'm only coming up with 45 possible points on this sheet. Total score,
You beat me.
total score of 50 possible.
He got me. I knew you
Wasn't
were the
real
one
good
that
with
figures
that,
that out. There is only
Yep.
45. How did
You're right.
somebody get 49?
I don't know.
Did you use a
Extra credit?
calculator? Extra credit.
Well, I think what happened is that I eliminated one of the categories after our trial.
You have to kind
Now,
of.
that would make sense.
Now you gotta drop the possible points then.
Yep, we'll make that change. If you approve this resolution, make it with that
Exception
minor change to the,
Okay,
that might,
to the
Slipped
exhibit,
in
to
there.
exhibit B, yes.
so,
you
That's
caught
very
that. I'm
good.
so proud of you.
it's 5-point bias.
what's that?
It's just a 5 points counts for bias.
There you go. Yeah.
We could do 5 points for appearance or penmanship.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
Motion's your,
What's that?
motion's carries.
There you go.
Category for penmanship.
All right, is there a motion to approve resolution 5-7-2026-10 with a modified score of 45 points?
I'll make a motion.
Okay,
I'll second.
motion by Greg, second by Kathy, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith.
Yeah.
Kathy Burke.
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Next up, we have 2 SRF disbursements. That's not in the packet because that information has some bank account information on it. So it's typical SRF disbursements 50 and 51. You can see the amounts there. Both of these are for the wastewater treatment plant project.
Okay. For a motion to approve SRF disbursement number 50 in the amount of $32,677.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Doug,
I'll second.
second by Greg, open discussion.
No retainage?
Not on the engineering one, that there's no retainage for Commonwealth Engineering. There is retainage for the Crosby
Right.
construction.
Okay.
Any further discussion? If not, take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Next up is two pay applications. This is for the Elkhart Street project that was just finished this morning. and
We didn't
now they're ready.
do 51.
Oh, I thought you did both at once.
No,
no,
there a motion to approve SRF disbursement number 51 in the amount of $178,910 with $9,416 in retainage funds.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug. Open for discussion. No further discussion, please vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burton,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes.
Next up, the community crossing 2024-1, both pay application. This is the main application and the retainage. Project is complete, been inspected, absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. The curve, the landscaping, everything, did a great job.
Yeah, looks good.
And we're on a bit of a time crunch here. We got Kathy needs to get these checks out tomorrow, so we can get the canceled checks back and to meet the deadline for this grant.
Right.
In a few weeks. That's the reason this was expedited.
so I could make a motion to,
Yep, for both pay apps, pay app.
yes, for pay app CCMG 2024-1, application 1 and application 2. $564,30 with a $63,962.70 retained.
Okay, motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug. Open for discussion. No further discussion, please vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
kudos to Nipple.
Yes. That looks great, by the way.
They do a
It does,
wonderful job on roads.
And Nick, we didn't forget about your request, sidewalks.
It'll happen.
So we're gonna work on that. We couldn't put it with this project, but we'll get sidewalk from the fire station for you. Thank you. Yep. Okay, Mike,
Next, so this is kind of an interesting situation. You approved change order 6 previously, and after that change order, there was an error found on there were some parts that were left off in that change order. So DPR found it. All this does is change the amount, it increases it by $1,000. So JPR is suggesting the best way to do that is to approve change order 6A, which that's what this is being designated, that has the new total amount, which is $1,000 greater than the last one.
We already approved 6.
You already approved 6 and it was $1,000 under what it was supposed to be.
So if we've approved 6 and this is for the same amount, except the $1,000, then
No, it's not, you're not doubling your change order.
that's what I was wondering.
No.
Think of A as an amendment.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a good way to look at
Okay.
it. Yeah. It says it's being reissued to correct quantities from change order number 5. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
is there a motion to approve change order 6A? In the amount of $1,000.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Greg,
I'll second.
second by Doug. Open for discussion. No further discussion. We'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Next is the local income tax distribution agreement. And I'll start this discussion. If Kathy's not happy with my explanation, she can fill in with the blanks. If you recall, the Senate Bill 1 changed considerably how local income taxes are collected. And Bristol was going to receive a major hit, such a large hit that we were probably going to have to move some of the police department into our TIP districts for funding. For source, because we would be losing a lot of our public safety dollars and a lot of our enterprise. So this last session, the legislature came up with an option. If the county, all the municipalities and the county could work together, we could create an overall lit amount and then distribute those monies in a more equitable fashion, a fashion that represents more about what's in place now. So our problem with Bristol is that the distributions were based, money was collected from everybody in the county and was distributed out based on, I believe it was net assessed value within the town. The new way, is that right?
Based on population, wasn't it? Or is that
The
the new way?
The new way is based on population, which is
We
not a
would,
lot of
we would
people.
miss out.
You'd miss out a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gee.
So the county, Stephen Yoder has, not Yoder. Clark. He works for our Yoder. He took the lead on this and brought everybody together and
Mhm.
everybody's in agreement. They all signed this today. But I noted that this is a change in fiscal policy, and I think we all agree, and Alex agrees, that it'd be good for you folks to sign on to this and agree to this agreement so that if at some point in the future it needs council approval, we've already done it.
Basically saying that you support all the counties coming together, or all the cities and towns coming together, which this will eventually turn into an interlocal agreement if it's all approved down the line, which is literally down the line.
Yeah.
They will submit this up to DLGF. We met today for like a ceremonious signing. It was Elkhart City, Millersburg, Napanee, Wakarusa, and Middlebury. So we all met and signed off on the agreement. Steve would like to be able to say, we have the support of all the councils, so everybody will go back and address their councils, making sure that they're on board. We probably won't have notification back until probably May of next year. Not even looking to have this in any kind of law look, what do I want to say, review until 2028, 2029. So more to come, but
Okay.
as far as today, just looking for your support and moving forward with this,
Didn't we talk about this last year at one
that
time?
it was coming.
That it was coming and that we had all wanted to get together with all,
Yeah, the other
Yeah.
municipalities.
I thought we did.
Yeah, we talked about it.
I think we're very fortunate in this county that we were able to pull this from so many municipalities.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Me
reports
too.
around the state of other small towns, municipalities where the county is saying, too bad.
Mhm.
And that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay.
The county doesn't want to see any of us fail, so.
Okay.
So this isn't a resolution, it's just an agreement?
It's an agreement.
You're affirming the agreement.
Affirming the agreement.
I make a motion, we affirm the agreement, the local income tax distribution agreement between all of the county people.
Okay, motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug. Open for discussion. No further discussion, like vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beatrice, yes. Motion carries.
Last thing I have is an update on the utility truck. I thought I was going to be able to report tonight, but I found the new truck and you had authorized me to spend up to 55,000. I had a deal that was gonna turn everything around for 38. So I found the truck. It was a used truck, it was a diesel truck, it was a 1-ton truck, it was a single wheel truck, it was everything we needed. It was perfect. I sent my guys down to look at it yesterday morning.
And they sold it.
No, not yet. They said 5. About 2 hours later, I had confirmation from, who's the truck body guys in Columbia City.
Gee, don't know.
They do now. Anyways, they'll be mounting our old body on.
Yeah.
They affirmed that, yes, that body will fit on this truck, because we're going from Chevy Ford and a bigger truck. He says, it'll work. So I called the guy and said, we'll take the truck. And he says, a guy just put a down payment on it. He put $100 down on it so I could hold it till Friday, till tomorrow. So apparently that guy doesn't have money yet. He's counting on his bank to give him money. So I'm hoping that this guy does not qualify for a loan.
Snooze, you lose.
Did you call his bank?
I haven't called it. The guy was tempted to sell it to me. I said, no, if you made a commitment, you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking for some other trucks now.
Yeah,
We'll go for another.
if it's meant to be, we'll have it.
You snooze an hour, you lose.
I know. Man, I thought we had this.
You could have
done.
pulled your bucks out of your pocket and given him
I-
$5.
I Anyways,
Okay.
so we're still working on that. Any other questions on projects or anything? That's all I have. And it's Alex's turn.
You have questions for Mike?
Oh, it's the clerk treasurer. Sorry. You
Okay.
added stuff.
I did.
Kathy, what do you have for us tonight?
I am back to those darn additional appropriations.
Again?
I feel like keep kicking it down the road.
We did.
So today's the final, looking for approvals on 2 different additional appropriations. First one is ordinance 5-7-2026-8. This is the one for several funds, several projects in the amount of $1,629,134.
Okay. And this will be on final reading, right?
Correct.
It's
Okay.
an appropriation from where to where?
What?
You're appropriating it from one bunch of funds to what? Or,
They're staying in those funds, but we're filling the appropriations
Okay.
within those funds.
okay.
Procedurally, you'll need a public hearing on both of these.
Okay.
Do they have to be 2 separate public hearings or can they be done at the same time?
I would do them
Two separate.
Separately?
separately.
Okay.
Two separate. Okay. So at this time, we will open up a public hearing regarding ordinance number 5-7-2026-8 for an appropriation of $1,629,134. Would anybody in the room like to make public comment or questions regarding this appropriation? Seeing no comment, we'll close the public hearing. And I will call for a motion to approve on final reading ordinance 5-7-2026 oh wait,
They're both the same.
No, 5-7.
5-7-2026-8.
Yes, sir.
I was looking
Oh.
down at Alex's. I was jumping ahead. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Doug,
I'll second.
second by Greg, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Okay,
What, no motion carries?
Yes.
motion carries. Sorry. Oh,
Thank you. All right, the second one is also for, motion to approve, final reading. This is on Fund 4651 for the GO bond money so that we can make the final payment on the fire truck in the amount of $772,000. That is ordinance number 5-7-2026-11.
Okay. So at this time, we will open up a public hearing regarding ordinance 5-7-2026-11 for $772,000. Anyone in the room like to make public comment regarding this or this appropriation? Okay, seeing no public comment, we'll close the public hearing. And I'll call for a motion to approve additional appropriation ordinance 5-7-2026-11.
I'll make that motion for $772,000 for the fire truck.
Okay, motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug, open for discussion. No further discussion, like a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach, yes, motion carries.
Wonderful. That's all I
You
have.
just paid for your truck, Nick.
It's good.
And Jimmy.
It's in the station, so.
Oh, good. Good thing.
Every program you show up.
That's right. Okay. Anything else, Kathy?
No, thank you.
Okay, anybody have questions for Kathy? Okay, if not, Alex, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, thank you, Jeff. This evening I have a number of items of business. for council.
Okay.
First of that is ordinance number 5-7-2026-12, which is an ordinance of the town of Bristol amending chapter 26 of the Bristol Town Code of Ordinances relating to water and sewer utility rates. As council will recall, at the council's meeting, the last meeting in April, we had the discussion about water and sewer rates, and that last delayed increase that was scheduled to occur on May 1st. We prepared the ordinance so that automatic extension would be extended to August 1st of this year. This has been duly noticed in newspapers of record in the county that circulate within the municipality. And so this is right before you for adoption this evening, following a public hearing.
Okay.
Happy to answer any questions regarding the language of the ordinance, process, procedure, or anything else.
So at this time, we'll open up a public hearing regarding ordinance 5-7-2026-12, amending water and sewer rates, delaying any increase until August. Is there anyone in the room that would like to make public comment? Hearing no public comment, we'll close the public hearing. Okay,
I make a motion, we approve ordinance number 5-7-2026-12, amending the water and sewer rate and change ordinance
okay,
till August.
motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yeah,
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes, motion carries.
Thank you, council. The next item of business before you is ordinance 5-7-2026-13, which is an ordinance of the town council amending chapter 2 and chapter 20 of the town code of Bristol regarding park matters. If I may offer some commentary before introducing this, say it is much easier to amend the code now that it's codified. Just provides some real clarity as to the work that the council can do when the code applies. In substance, the ordinance here reconciles and probably corrects the existing code of ordinances to comply with state law. A couple of notable points with regards to the park board. For example, the ordinance as it exists says that the clerk treasurer appoints the members of the park board. That doesn't conform with statute. Statute says otherwise, that the town council appoints the board members. So it clarifies some of those points. It helps to provide some clarity as to the duties and obligations of the park board. Again, there's some statutory references in here as well that these provide by statute. There's also some language in here that clarifies what the park board may not do on its own and may require town council authority to in order to exercise. Chiefly among them would be the power of eminent domain, and then the power to charge its own rates or fees that haven't been approved by the council. So again, it helps provide some clarity as to what role and authorities the park board has vis-a-vis the town council. It also provides for parrots the statute as far as how park board members are removed. Park board members are removed for cause. That's what statute provides, and there's a due process hearing that's part and parcel to that. And it also provides that rental fees for the town's park facilities would be determined by resolution, whereas currently those rates are codified. Makes them a little more difficult, I think, on a year-to-year basis to address those rates. And so this is a different procedure for the same effect. And it gives the council a little more flexibility to be responsive to the needs of the town, and the rates to be charged. That's the body of the ordinance. Happy to answer any questions you may have about the process or procedure. This is currently before you on first reading. You have the authority, if you so wish, to suspend the rules and adopt on first reading, but purely within the discretion of the council.
With regard to the rental rates, I thought when we modified that ordinance before, I thought we added that as an attachment or a schedule of fees that we could modify without a lot of change to the ordinance. Didn't we do that as an exhibit? I was thinking we did.
No, we did the cemetery.
I'm thinking it was part of the ordinance itself, but we can take a look at it and
Okay.
see.
Yeah,
I seem to recall that we did, there was something we did on one of the ordinances where we made it an exhibit, so we wouldn't have to,
I think that was in a lot of Randy's fees and charges as opposed to the park.
okay,
I think that's correct. In any event, there is codified in the town code a provision that says the rental fees shall be X, Y, Z. And so this ordinance, the one that's before you now, would fully replace that language with language that says these fees shall be set by resolution of the town council.
okay,
So that's the fix.
okay. Okay. I guess procedurally, you wanna approve on first reading, suspend the rules? Any thoughts?
Might as well. No reason to carry it over.
Yeah, okay. There a motion to suspend the rules and approve on first reading.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Doug,
I'll second.
second by Greg. Motion by Doug, second by Greg. Open for discussion. No further discussion, like vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Just a comment that we're not picking on the park board. There are other ordinances we'll be amending over the next year that we found mistakes, changes. What highlighted this is that it stated that the clerk treasurer appointed park
Yeah.
board members.
Right.
And we've always done it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this is just fixing what,
so that's what
Some
started,
other
it. We
language.
redid
Yeah.
the whole thing, and we'll do this to some other chapters as
You
well.
look at the next one, that's the fees.
okay. Is there a motion to approve on first reading ordinance 5-7-2026-13? No, that was suspending rules.
Suspend rules.
I make that motion.
Motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Greg. Open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Thank you, council. The next item of business is directly related to the ordinance that you've just adopted, and that's resolution number 5-7-2026-11, which is a resolution of the town council establishing the park rental and related fees. So the ordinance you just adopted removed that language that provided for the fees and provided that it would be established by resolution, and before you now is the resolution.
This said resolution.
So this sets the, I believe these are the current fees that are in place, so there's no up or down movement to the fee here. This is just establishing the fees by the procedure that the council has adopted. So it provides for the pavilion rental, the open shelter rental, and the deposits and cancellation fee. Again, happy to answer any questions regarding this. Otherwise, it is ripe for consideration and adoption. No need for first reading or second. This is just a resolution.
Okay. Okay. Is there a motion to approve resolution 5-7-2026-11?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, motion by Greg,
Second.
second by Kathy. Open for discussion. No further discussion. We'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Thank you, council. Before you now, is ordinance number 5-7-2026-14, an ordinance of the town council of the town of Bristol, amending ordinance 3/19/2026-05 to correct the legal description of territory voluntarily annexed to the town of Bristol, Indiana. As council will recall, the property known as the Kaufman Farm was annexed into the town by a vote of the council on March 19th of this year. The procedure following the super voluntary annexation is that there's a 30-day remonstrance period following that adoption. And then there's, once that period concludes, the ordinance is to be recorded with the Elkhart County Recorder. And it's also, copies are provided to a couple of different government offices, overlapping taxing jurisdictions, et cetera. Well, in the process of recording this with the Elkhart County Recorder's Office, the recorder noticed that there was a word out of place in the legal description. And again, this is something we've vetted with Ken. We've been back and forth on what that legal looks like. So the recorder asked that that word be changed, put in place. And so the ordinance before you simply replaces, updates the legal description in the ordinance that you adopted to satisfy the request of the recorder. So it does not impact the annexation. It does not change the status of the annexation. It does nothing more than substitute the legal description requested by the recorder's office with the one that was included in the ordinance on March 19th.
Okay.
So that's the long and short of it. Again, it does not change the annexed territory. The territory is the same.
Okay.
Which is why when we do these, we do both the legal description, which the recorder likes, and then we do the boundary map, which is Exhibit B. And that's more of the, dare I say, more of the layperson's approach to just what that territory is. And so that remains unchanged. There's no issues there. It's just correcting the Scrivener's error.
Okay.
Happy to answer any questions with regards to that. Otherwise, there's no public hearing requirement on this. Procedurally, it's before you on first reading. My recommendation would be that the council suspend the rules and move to adopt on first reading.
Okay. That said, is there a motion to suspend the rules and adopt on first reading ordinance 5-7-2026-14?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Doug,
I'll second.
second by Greg, open for discussion. No further discussion, like a vote, Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes, motion carries. Next, is there a motion to approve on first reading ordinance 5-7-2026-14?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, motion by Greg, I will second that. So motion by Greg, second by Jeff, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes, motion carries.
Thank you, council. We will submit that for recording right away.
Okay.
Finally, from me before you this evening is ordinance number 5-7-2026-15, which is an ordinance of the town council, the town of Bristol, amending chapter 2 of the town code to add new sections addressing procedures concerning public comment periods at council meetings. As council will recall, this goes back, actually back prior to the discussions on the fire territory, where in an expectation of well-attended council meetings and those 3 meetings of required public hearings, that the council adopted, as did the township board through a joint resolution, rules governing public comment. So those would be the limits to 3 minutes per speaker, some of the restrictions on not swearing, not promoting a particular commercial interest, not, et cetera, et cetera. So those rules exist by resolution and govern the council's public hearings. The ordinance here effectively codifies those. So the benefit to an ordinance like this is, one, it comports with state statute. So under the open door law, the council has the authority to adopt reasonable rules and regulations governing its meetings. And those are for protection of not only the members of the public that are here, but for council members, it's to help to promote decorum, to civil discussion, et cetera. So what's provided for here are provisions that identify who the presiding officer of the meeting is. It may come as a surprise to you that the code of ordinance as they exist do not identify who the presiding officer is. We've presumed it's the president. We've operated under the assumption it's the president. This would codify that the presiding officer is the president, the vice president, or a designated council member where the president is not available. So that's item number one. Two, what this policy helps provide, what this ordinance helps provide is some direction and certainty as to how public hearings are to be conducted. And again, the benefit there is that it provides direction not only to the council as far as expectations, but it provides direction to petitioners, to those who may be seeking redress or items of business before the council, and then perhaps most importantly, provides guidance as well to the members of the public who wish to be heard, either for or against a particular item that may come before you. I'm happy to walk through any of the particulars of how this works, what these general limitations are. Again, this is effectively a codification of the resolution that has already been adopted and already governs the council's public hearings. My recommendation is, or my summation of this is effectively good hygiene for the council in the conduct of its business. And I'm happy to answer any questions about process and procedure. This is before you on first reading. This is eligible for adoption by suspending rules and adopting on first reading if you so desire.
I like this. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Yes, looks good. Okay. So thoughts on suspending rules and adopting on first
I
reading?
make a motion, we suspend rules and adopt on first reading.
Okay, motion by Kathy,
Second.
second by Doug. Open for discussion? No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes.
I make a motion, we approve ordinance number 57/2026-15, an ordinance for the town council amending chapter 2 of the town code.
Okay, motion by Kathy. I will second that. Motion by Kathy, second by Jeff. Open for discussion? No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
I said, yeah.
Thank you, council. And going forward, generally, I'll make the recommendation to the presiding officer that, in every meeting that there are, certainly when there are public hearings, but even when there are privilege of the floor opportunities, which the council observes at all of its meetings, that the highlights of these rules be made available to folks who may appear in the audience. And I certainly encourage the presiding officer to introduce that, hey, we have, the council has these rules that are in place. Please familiarize yourself with them, and happy to address the questions that come up.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Alex. Anything else?
Nothing else from me. Thank you for the opportunity.
Anything for Alex tonight? Okay. That was a perfect segue into our next section. So at this time, we're going to open up the privilege of the floor, otherwise known as public comment. So anyone wishing to make public comment, please step up to the microphone, state your name, and you'll have 3 minutes to make comment.
The little one can't, because he's asleep.
Let's say he's asleep. Andrew put him to sleep.
Okay. Right. I came here for writing some exercises for our citizens of Bristol.
Can
My
you
name's Donna
state, can you
Anderson.
state your name and address, please?
Okay, my name's Donna Anderson. My address is 52028 County Road 25. I'm not within the city limits, but mark close.
Okay.
So for several years now, my team has been leading exercise classes down at the parks. We do cardio drumming, and so we just, my passion is fitness and health-wise for our citizens. And cardio drumming is kind of lackluster right now. So I don't know if there's a way, but I like to offer up an opportunity for, if there's a way to contact our citizens to say, well, if I could in a perfect world get some free exercise, what would I like? You know, do they want to have a walking in the park, a group that meets in the park to walk and then end up maybe for coffee at one of our local restaurants? Just anything like that. I've been certified to do different kinds of exercise, and I'm very safe as far as my exercise that I lead. We have music. We work very well with the town, and whenever the Hermets Park is rented, we get notice right away. We cancel our classes so that there's not a conflict, so that doesn't come into fact. Now the weather's getting nicer, we aren't even gonna wanna use the building, because we'd rather be outside at Cogman Park. So, and if Cogman Park is being rented, then we can try and go down to American Park or whatever, so you don't take a lot of room. But my passion is exercise and well-being and health. And I just want to see if there's any way that we can find out from our citizens, what would they like to see if there's a perfect world for a free class? What would they come to? And if there's a way to do it, then I would then coordinate and make a class that would be fit all the needs. That's why I'm here. And I also want to thank the townhouse for a really great relationship we've had for quite a while now, doing the little classes down there. They've been bigger than they are now. We're hoping that they come back. The city streets are causing some issues getting around, but that's new. You know, everybody's got that. But so anyway, that's what I'm proposing. I don't know how to put that into a formal news. Just wanted to let you know that I appreciate the relationship with the town. I really want to see us do more and better things for the city's citizens. And it doesn't have to be geared to a certain age either. I'm starting a program with the Elkhart City Parks, and we're calling it Cardio Drumming 5 to 95. So moms can bring their babies, people can sit in a chair, that's a roundabout. So people bring their own equipment and put it on the sign once in a while. We don't work around very often. So that's what I came to say. And if you guys mull it over in your heads, let me know. I'll come back next time if you want to discuss it further. That's what that came for.
Well, I don't want to speak for Jill, but I'm sure she would be willing to do it. Get with you, Donna, and talk about exactly what you're looking for, and maybe do a survey via Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. We could do a survey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how often the citizens chime in and come back to that, but that's, you know, we can gear a class to be successful if we know what they want.
Mhm.
Also check with the park board. The park board,
All right, okay,
go to the park board meeting.
all right, I
Yeah.
don't know what that is. Someone can let me know.
Linda can tell you.
Okay,
It's the first Tuesday of the month. And it's here at 6 o'clock.
at what?
6 o'clock, the first
First
Tuesday of
Tuesday,
the month.
6 o'clock. I'll put it in my account. Thank you very much.
Upstairs,
No,
Thank you.
Thank you, Donna.
Okay, thanks. I'm putting it in my calendar now. I'll bring it.
Good evening, Elizabeth Hall, 4800 County Road 27. Thank you. I've been on the Bristol Town Hall website, and it looks like it's been updated. We talked about in February, all the ordinances getting updated. Is that complete? And if not, what is the timeline?
It's there.
It's
Yep, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is there.
we just did a codification.
Yep. It's great. So thank you. I just wanted to see if it was complete because I hadn't
Oh.
heard, so.
Yes.
If it is complete, and then how long does it take before things are posted when you vote or amend them here?
We don't have a specific timeline, but it's a few times a year where we submit the approved ordinances.
Okay.
And they go to the company to get uploaded.
Great.
So it'll only be a couple times a year.
It's been a while since I've been here. I'm sorry, I was on vacation, but the last time I was here, we talked about the overlay. Has that been completed? Did you vote on it? Did you submit it to the Elkhart County? What's the status of the overlay?
Yes, that has been voted on by us and it has been approved by the county commissioners.
Okay, and how do you obtain a copy of that? Do I request it in writing?
I'm not sure.
Give me your email address. I'll send you one tomorrow.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. And when was it voted on and approved? Because in February you talked about it,
Oh.
and several people talked about what they wanted to
I think it was just-
amend into
I
it.
think it was last month.
Yeah, last month, and then the county commissioners voted on it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah,
recently.
yeah, not this past Monday, but the Monday before.
Yeah, the county would be able to.
So it would have been the,
I showed on the 14th of April was when the
14th of April, you said?
okay, and the 27th of April is when the county commissioners, I think, approved it.
And there was an opportunity for public comment on that as well.
With the county, you mean?
With the
Yes.
county or?
Both.
Yes,
I would, yeah.
there was.
Was there any, because I didn't see it on the agenda for last month, so when I looked through it, so did anybody comment on it or want anything added to the overlay when you presented it?
To the, here or at the county?
Here.
one? I don't-
If they did comment, it would be in the meeting minutes.
yeah, I don't,
Because
Yeah.
it wasn't on the agenda, so I didn't go to the meeting minutes because it wasn't on the agenda.
It is on the agenda for April 14th.
April 14th.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at it for the work
And it
session.
says overlay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it says Bristol Town Charter Overlay or Development Overlay District,
Okay.
ECDO.
Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. That's all I have.
okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Elizabeth.
Oops.
Okay, anyone else?
Denny Schwartz, 51150 State Road 15. I was just curious, is there any update on the council vacancy seat?
Yes, so I can address that for you, Denny. So, with Dean's resignation, there is a caucus that will be held. I don't have the exact date yet. I think it's either gonna be the 15th or 16th, so next Friday or Saturday.
Where would that be?
So that will actually be held here, in the council chambers or in the conference room upstairs, working with, Courtney Papa, the Elkhart County Republican Chair.
Okay, that's all I didn't know. Thank you.
Yep,
Oh, congratulations.
and congratulations, Denny.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, if not, we will close the privilege of the floor, public comment section, and move on to council discussion items. Doug, anything tonight?
Nothing tonight.
Kathy, anything?
No, I just want to reiterate the fact that Elkhart Street's gorgeous. Niblock does a great job, and they did a great job on Elm Street when they did Elm Street. And it's nice to have a local company like that we can use, that's utilized.
I take pride in what they do.
It's very good jobs.
Thank you, Kathy. Greg, anything?
That's it.
Okay. I don't have anything other than I'll congratulate 2 Republican candidates for their nomination for town council, Anthony Stash and Donna Wyland. Both in the room tonight, so congratulations. Next meeting will be May 19th as our work session and council meeting on May 21st. With that, is there a motion to adjourn?
You betcha. Yes,
Okay. Motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.